Hello, everyone. News Channel 3 Chief Meteorologist Keith Thompson here with a Facebook and YouTube live weather update. Hope everybody's Monday evening is going well. We're back into that big chill, right? I guess we've had 2 days now to get back into that feeling. You know, I posted something on Facebook, my Facebook page, my Twitter page, about the average high Monday through Friday last week. I took out Saturday, Sunday. I just went Monday through Friday last week. The average high was 65 degrees, 65.4 to be exact. This week, Monday through Friday, if the temperatures verify, by the way, in the 7-day, which I'm going to assume that they are. Chris, hello to you. Thanks for being here. Our average high for this Monday through Friday is going to be 39.4 degrees, a full 26 degrees colder than what we had last week. That's pretty wild. That's pretty crazy. But, you know, it's not really such a statement about this week that's going to be cold, this coming week that's going to be so cold. I mean, we're going to be about 7 or 8 degrees colder than what's typical. It's more a statement of what last week was like, which was about 20 degrees warmer than average. But, you know, we've gone over that so many times. It's like beating a dead horse for sure. Todd, hey, hello to you. I haven't seen you in a little while. Thanks for being here. Gwen, good evening to you too. Hope you're doing well. And Shannon, the same to you. And happy Monday to you, Mike. Thank you for being here. I hope you're having a good night and everybody else as well. You know what, Ben? I've been following your posts on that. Boy, that was quite a scene and also sobering, you know, to see that kind of stuff. And so thank you for being out there to document everything. And I think you were pretty much on target. I think I saw your post in the morning saying that you were headed to Muncie. That's where you were targeting, and you're pretty good on that. But I agree with you on that. That's why, to me, the cold air and the snow, it's like, okay, if that's what it takes to ward off severe weather, I'm all right with that. That's right, Mike. You never know, right? You never know. The second week of March, Monday through Friday, Monday through Friday, average high 65 degrees. The third week of March, which you expect to be warmer, 26 degrees colder at 39 degrees. Again, that's if the Monday through Friday temperatures that I have for this week will verify it. And even if they don't exactly, it's going to be in the ballpark. Sharon, what is that white stuff there? Enough. Did we get spoiled or what? I knew that was going to happen, by the way. I knew that was going to happen. That we are all about like, oh, it's, you know, this, we're done. We're done. And I would not count out Old Man Winter. I don't count out Old Man Winter until the first week of May, but certainly not here in the middle of March. Dennis, blessed evening to you too. Thanks for being here. From Takancha Desiree, I think she's echoing what Sharon is saying. No more snow. Pam, it is cold, isn't it? Wild weather today in Otsego, Jennifer. And yesterday, too, I know, looking outside, and you see that snow swirling around, and you're like, wait a minute. But again, had it not been for, or had it not been for the incredible warmth that we've had, not just in the last week, but in the last month and a half, you know, I think yesterday and today's weather would just be like, it would barely raise an eyebrow for us, right? But that's the way it goes. Cold for outdoor recess, that's for sure, Molly. Better find those coats for sure. Todd, headed to Destin. Oh, don't brag about it, but have a good trip. That's awesome. I think it is going to be good down there. Might still be a little bit cool down there. But, you know, hey, March in that part of Florida, North Florida, is still a little on the cool side, can be. But have a great trip. Let us know how it goes, too. Glenn, hello to you. Lorna and Oshtemo. Let's see. Cynthia, hello to you. Glad it stopped snowing in Decatur. Next Thursday, your appointment, you should be good to go. Lots of sunshine, Dennis. Sherry, hello to you from the Hoosier State. Thank you for checking in. And David, thank you as well for being here. Woke up to white sidewalks in Holland. Wow. Yeah, that's true. Hey, you know, it's melting pretty fast out there. Robert, good evening to you in Hartford. Hello, Van Buren County. Deborah, hello to you. And Ryan, spring is on Tuesday. That's right, tomorrow. Severe weather season. And it is, by the way, Severe Weather Awareness Week in Michigan this week. So we're going to try to keep up to speed on that with just some tips here and there. David, hello to you. Hey, how's it going? It is still March in Michigan. That's right. Come on. This is right. This is what we have, right? Brandon, hello to you. Ready for warm weather. I think a lot of folks are. Jerry, good evening to you. Past time to put Old Man Winter away. I'll tell him that. Todd, do that. Check in from Miramar Beach. Do that with some pictures and make us jealous. Let's see, Mike. Hey, how are things going over on the east side of the state? Thanks for being here. Wilson, whoa, your mother's birthday today, 91 years young. Happy birthday to her too. Connie, feels like winter again for sure. Well, it still is, right? Not meteorological winter, but astronomically it is, because tomorrow is when we hit the solstice. I did not, Mike. I'll have to look for that. Sharon, I'll have to check on that Easter outlook. But I will check on that. Let's get right to it here while folks are in the room. Here's what's on the agenda. Welcome back, sun. Briefly warmer. That's tomorrow. Briefly warmer. But by the way, we are going to feature more sunshine. Today was gloomy for the most part. But tomorrow, it's a shift in the wind. Today's wind northwest, bringing in some of that colder air. And we had the typical lake effect snow bands that we're setting up. Overnight, the winds are shifting. Tomorrow, it's still going to be gusty, by the way. It's still breezy. But it's a southwest wind tomorrow. And it's going to be transporting in some warmer air. So you'll notice those temperatures really starting to move up tomorrow.
Please try again.
I don't know what that's about. Oh, sorry, that's my, the phone was talking to me. Okay, anyway. Fawn, any sign of warm weather ahead? Good question. Now that we've gotten into the colder stuff, I don't think so, not in the near term anyway. I say briefly warmer, and that's just looking at tomorrow, Fawn. Beyond that, I think overall we're going to stay rather cool here, at least for another, I'd say, week or 8 or 9 days. We're going to stay rather chilly. In fact, I think we have another cold shot of air that's going to be coming here on the 23rd, which is next Saturday, So, and by the way, Friday ahead of that, we could have some wintry weather as well. So we have certainly been spoiled. If it's the middle of March and folks are complaining about it too cold and it's snowing too much when we're having high temperatures in the 30s and 40s, then you know that we are spoiled, right? You know that we're spoiled. Spring is coming, Chris. It just takes its time. Time to put the snowblower away. I still think so, Ryan. I still think so. You're very welcome, Wilson. Orlo, good evening to you and Pawpaw. Snowed almost all day. Got 30 degrees now in Almena Township. Chris, thanks very much for that. We see what I have on the agenda here. Colder week and maybe some wintry weather coming in here for Friday. Oh, it looks like I did not prepare very well for, I'm sorry, that was not supposed to be there. We're looking at our winds here, our wind speeds. Notice they are pretty much out of the west-northwest. Now, earlier today, they were uniformly northwest to southeast, bringing in that colder air coming off the lake. But remember, I told you that the winds are going to be shifting from that northwest to southeast orientation to a southwest to northeast orientation, and that process has already begun. That's why you see those westerlies right now along the lakeshore. It is in the process of changing right now. Really, I didn't know that. Chris, thanks. That's good information. Lawrence to Watervliet. So that would be in western Van Buren County and northernmost Berrien County, right? At 4 this morning was a blizzard. Wow. Good evening to you, Jen. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Thank you. I agree. David. I haven't heard from the tulip folks. I hope that the warm air did not prompt the tulips to come out. By the way, speaking of warm air, you want to talk about some crazy warm air? How many years ago? 2012. 12 years ago. 12 years ago this week, we were in the midst of what, for me, is the wildest weather phenomenon I think that I have seen in West Michigan. And that would be the warm air that gave us 9 straight record high days, including 5, I think I have to get those numbers right, in the 80s. Remember that, if you were here back in 2012, that was crazy. You know what made it really crazy? Is that the average high temperature for March in 2012 was warmer than the average high temperature in April. And that's not going to happen very often, if ever. I mean, the average high temperature in March of 2012 was warmer than the average high temperature in April back in 2012. Pretty crazy. And so we did have some of that extremely warm air then. Never seen so much green outside in the middle of March. Yeah, you're right. Although I would say back in 2012, David, I bet we had it, right? And that did prompt a lot of plants to come out, a lot of trees to come out. Okay. In fact, it ended up decimating the apple crop because all of those buds came out in that 9-day period. And then we had our typical sub-freezing temperatures in late March, early mid-April, and it wiped out the crop. I mean, it wiped out the apple crop. Pretty crazy. So I'm hopeful that the tulips haven't come out. because it also knocked out the tulips too that year too. Debbie, good evening to you in Hickory Corners. You see buds on the trees, Ryan. We're going to cross our fingers there. Yeah. Oh, you were in Illinois at the time. It was hot there too, or warm. It was really hot. I mean, I think Grand Rapids got up to 87 degrees on one of those 9 days for the hottest it's ever been, the warmest it's ever been in the month of March, period, in GR. Crazy. That's, 130 plus years of weather records. Got potatoes planted in planting bags from Amazon. Letting them. Oh, I got you. Okay. Oh, and doing strawberries too. Sherry will have to keep us posted with some photos there. Sharon, it is cold out there. Tina, hello in Brooklyn from the Irish Hills. Thanks for checking in. Kathy, good evening to you as well. Sturgis in the house. Orlo, yeah, we had to run our air conditioners. That's true. We had the air conditioners on in the middle of March, back 2012. Tanya went camping in March of 2000. There were so many things, right, you could do. It was pretty crazy. And Sherry, I'll hold you to that. All right, you see the winds. Like I said, they're in the process of shifting right now. Now, with the shifting wind, that's going to take the punch out of that lake effect, just like that. And notice, okay, if you were watching me tonight at 5, 5:30, and 6, we actually had a pretty wide coverage, aerial coverage of lake effect snow showers at 5. It started to diminish at 5:30, diminished a little bit more at 6, and now it's pretty much gone. It's pretty much gone. Flurries here and there, but it's pretty much out. And again, as our winds continue to shift, that's going to continue to be the case as they go from northwest to southwest and warmer air coming in. So if it were to stay cold, by the way, if the atmosphere were to stay cold enough, then our snow bands would just shift orientation from northwest to southeast to southwest to northeast. But actually, it's not just a shift in the wind. It's that shift is also promoting or prompting some warmer air that is now moving in. And that's what's going to take out. That's what's killed the lake effect snow out there right now. Eli, that's cool. I'm sure you got lots of pictures of that, Chris, for little Eli there. That's awesome. Anna, going to get your garden going. Okay, but listen, everybody, I'm just telling you right now, don't put anything in the ground that's going to be popping up here that is not cold tolerant, because we are still in the middle of a very cold, typically, time of year. I mean, our, typical low temperature, I'll have to get to that in just a few moments. I mean, we're still in the 20s for our average low temperature. Littleham's Tammy Sue, okay, please let us have warmer weather. Okay, but we did have quite a bit. But I will say this, the next week and a half, I think is going to be rather chilly. And I'm watching for something coming in here Friday. Let's talk about wind chills right now. It feels like 19 in Three Rivers, 22 in Kalamazoo, 21 in GR. You see the numbers there. So I get it. When we've had all of these 50s and 60s and even 70s, again, just a reminder, last week, Monday through Friday last week, our average high was 65 degrees. Nuts. So obviously now when we have wind chills in the teens and 20s, we're like, what is this? But remember, this isn't really what is odd. What was odd was what we had last week. Joanne was surprised by the white stuff this weekend. I know. It's like, hey, does it still snow here? Marty, hello to you in our 5,280-foot bureau in Denver. Thank you so much. You are right, Chris. The big pond was roaring today. The big lake was churning out there. The tulips, daffodils, and forsythia sure didn't like the white stuff. Yeah, and hopefully they're not harmed. Lots of buds on the trees in West Portage. Carla, we'll have to go check that stuff out and see what we have that's coming out. Hello to you, Michelle, and let's see, Brad. Yeah, they're a little bit colder than Joanne, but you're right. They're much closer to average than what we've had in the last couple of weeks for sure. Brad, when is the 70s going to come back? I can tell you this right now. I think it's safe to say right now, I don't like to go out more than 7-8 days, but I will go to the end of the month enough to say that I don't think we're going to have 70s all the way to the end of the month. If anything, I think we're going to have a lot of 40s, some 30s with some colder air that's coming in over this next weekend, and then some 50s too. But 70s, out of the question, I think, for the rest of the month. Love the weather last week. I think you're not alone with that. Not alone with that. Sandra, your heat won't stop running. It kicks off and kicks right back on. It's cold, right? You're very welcome. Teresa, thank you so much. And Chris, that's good news. No cable rails hit today, thankfully. Michelle, thank you for the thanks. I appreciate it. I lost my computer here, so I'm going to have to get back to it. I apologize. But you see those wind chills. I want to talk about something else that's coming up here. I want to get to the 7-day forecast. We'll talk about highs and stuff. But in the 7-day forecast is what I really want to jump ahead to, because what we're talking about here, by the way, I'm at 15 minutes. I'm supposed to, I've told myself a self-imposed 15-minute ban. And so I am at 15 minutes. So I need to do a better, I need to budget my time better, I guess, right? Clark, hey, that is a good point. It is going to be cold. Now, tomorrow's going to be warmer, but then Wednesday, Thursday are going to be colder, but we're going to have sun. So that'll be nice. And thanks for pointing that out. Clark, thank you so much. Alberto, hello to you. Regards to you too. Thanks for being here. All right. Let me move on to, there's the high temperatures coming up. I apologize for this, folks. I did not set up my rundown very well. In fact, I didn't set it up at all. I'm going to call it the Mondays here, but I am just in space today. I think it's amazing that I actually made it to work today. It seems like, anyway. Okay, let's check out that 7-day forecast. Here we go. And now I want to talk about temperatures and also talk about what is going to be coming up weather-wise. Okay. Tomorrow, Wednesday, Thursday are actually 3 pretty sweet days. It's going to be warmer and still breezy tomorrow. I might have to do a Herbie-Kirby alert tomorrow, but it would be low level 2 out of 5, level 2 on the Herbie alert. Because a little breezy tomorrow, we could have gusts up to 30. I don't think it'll be too bad. Then it gets cooler for Wednesday, Thursday, but we'll have a fair amount of sunshine. Now, Friday, watching a system that's going to pull through that. I think it's going to move through pretty quickly. But it could give us a couple of inches of snow, a little rain mixed in with that, so that you're prepared. I'm telling you about it now on Monday. I'm telling you about it now on Friday, that I think Friday afternoon, Friday evening, and if the temperature is hitting the upper 30s to around 40, I don't think it's going to be a big problem with ice on the road. But there could be some slush with some rain and snow coming in. That's Friday into early Saturday. Put a bug in your ear. We'll keep you up to speed. I'll certainly keep you up to speed on that alert. Oh, David, thanks. I'm man of the people. I appreciate that very much. Hello to you, Jeanette in Coldwater. I like talking to everybody. So I'm just chatty. Clark, thank you so much. Japan's White Tiger, Sarasota, 84 today. Going down to the low 50s. What? I think it is getting a little bit cool down there for you folks down in the Sunshine State. But you know what? Don't complain to us now. We're not going to listen to too much of that. But thanks for checking in and letting us know what's going on down there on the west coast of the FLA. Appreciate it. Mr. Grand Rapids in the house. It's always good to have Mr. GR here with Monday vibes. I know, I don't know about you, but Saturday, Sunday go by too fast. And before you know it, Sunday evening's here, and I'm like, doggone it, here we go again. But we got to get through Monday so that we can get into Wednesday, hump day, so that we can get to Friday and get another weekend. So we're working our way there. Thanks, Mr. GR, for being here. Michelle, you're very kind. Thank you so much. It is going to be cold when you go. Where's your 70-degree weather? It's not going to be here for the rest of the month. Not at all. Worried that super temperatures are going to be crazy high. We mean summer temperatures? I don't think so necessarily. Not necessarily. Although, in 2012, when we had that crazy warm spell in the middle of March, we also had a very, very hot summer. Summer of 2012. Very hot. So we'll just have to wait and see. You know what we're going to do as part of our weather special, which is coming up at the end of this month. So we've got about another week and a half, almost 2 weeks out. I'll have more on that coming up. We're working on it right now. We'll talk a little bit more about the seasonal forecast, and we're going to be switching. I told you last time, last Thursday is the last time we were on Facebook Live, that we're going from a strong El Nino, which has been a dominant factor in the weather nationwide, right? Nationwide, for a lot of the country, including us, okay? We're going from that, transitioning to a neutral pattern by spring and into early summer, let's say late spring or early summer, and then going La Nina by the time we get to mid to late summer. And so that's gonna be a determining factor as we go through the summer and into the fall as well. What does that mean? We're still doing some work on that to try to figure that out. Let's see. Hold on just a moment. I let some comments go. I apologize for that. Michelle, hello to you. Thank you for the thanks. And Merla, thanks for being here. Stacy, hello. Thank you for being here. I appreciate it. Let's see. Russ, sprang ahead so far that winter came back. Maybe that's what it was. Maybe the clock changed. Confused Mother Nature as well. Thank you so much, Mike. And I appreciate the appreciation. I really do. From the bottom of my heart. Thank you so much. Let's see. Deborah, happy spring to you. Tomorrow, that's right. The vernal equinox is tomorrow. Now, you're not going to feel anything, that's for sure. As I said earlier, another sort of funny anomaly is that this week, which is when we start astronomical spring, our average high temperature is going to be about 25 degrees colder than last week when we were still in winter for the entire week. But come on, Mother Nature doesn't pay attention to our calendars very much. Let's see what else we got. Bonnie, is it going to warm up after this week? Garden and flower planting? I don't think so, Bonnie. We're not going to have planting conducive weather through the month because we're still going to be, even if we run into some warmer air, we're still going to be susceptible to several days of freezing and sub-freezing temperatures. So if you've got anything in the ground that is cold sensitive and cannot take the cold, freezing temperatures, then it's a good idea not to go there yet. It's a good idea not to go there yet. Pam, hello to you in Battle Creek. Yes, Stacy, the first day of spring is tomorrow. The equinox is tomorrow. I think the only 70 I'll see the rest of this month is my birthday next Thursday. The 28th, I wouldn't put a lot of stock in that. Oh, I get it. I just, I'm slow. I'm slow on the tape. That's a good one, though. I like that, Joanne. Mike, let's see. Ryan, summer outlook. We're gonna have that. We're still putting that together. To be honest with you, we're still putting that together. Let's see. Stacy. I see you guys are talking amongst yourselves. I like it. Good for you. Dolores, hello to you. Mike, hey, from the grand city of Grand Haven. Mike, always good to see you, Mike. Thank you for being here. And I remember that time you showed up in remember that when you came to the station there at that time, it was your new truck with that you were going to use to chase storms. Hope all's going well for you. Let's see. Okay, I think that's about it, right? Chris, when are we going to go stay on the big orange truck? Oh, I wouldn't. You know what, Chris? I wouldn't say that you're going to be able to be safely out of the big orange truck through April. It's becoming less and less likely that you'll have to spend time in there, but I wouldn't count it out. I would keep the keys on the key rack there. On the key rack there. No, yeah. I don't know if you're talking to me, Stacy, but in 2012, it was March and April that flip-flopped. It was March and April that flip-flopped. That was pretty crazy. Pretty crazy for sure. Okay, Sherry, thanks. I'll look for that. Bonnie, you're very welcome. Thanks for being here and asking some questions. I appreciate that very much. Let's see. Yeah. Well, I hope so too. I hope it doesn't bring on any kind of illnesses. That's for sure. Let's see. What else do I got here? Oh, I didn't know that, Mike. Good for you. Awesome. I'll have to tune in. In Grand Haven, I'm assuming, right? Caitlin, when's it going to start warming up for good? Ooh. Well, we're probably a good month away from that. Once we get into mid to late April and then early May, then we really start to warm up for good. But it's way too early for that now. All right, Linda, hello to you. Hey, thanks for being here. And Mike, okay, cool. In Grand Haven. You're very welcome, Chris, and I appreciate it. And listen, I know that you don't believe me, just like Jen over there in Marshall doesn't believe me. But I'm telling you, I'm gonna be out there to take a lap in the pace car out there. But you gotta tell him. I want him to floor it. Okay. I want him to floor it so that when I get out of that car, I'll be like, I'm never gonna do that again. Okay. And then Jen, I'll get in touch with you too. I promise. All right, everybody. Thanks. I'm glad that you're still here to hear that, Jen, too. Pam, thank you very much. I appreciate that. And Sherry, hello to you too. All right, I'm going to skate on out of here. And so I can get ready for News Channel 3 live at 10 on ARC West Michigan. And don't forget, I'll be on the mothership at 11 o'clock on News Channel 3. But you got the lowdown already on what's going on. I'll tell you the things to keep up with, just to sort of do a recap. Number one, tomorrow we get back to the sunshine. It will be breezy tomorrow, but warmer tomorrow. But then we get colder with lots of sun, though, Wednesday, Thursday. Watching a bit of a winter storm for Friday. I think we could get a couple of inches of accumulating snow. It's going to be wet snow, maybe mixed with some rain. We're still a few days out from that. We'll keep you up to speed on that. And we'll keep you alert to that. And coming in behind it right now, I think the weekend is going to be chilly, but a little bit colder than average. I'm looking at, I got 40 on Saturday and 44 on Sunday. That would be about 5-7 degrees colder than average. So not tremendously cold, but colder than what's typical for this time of year. Do that, Sherry. I want to see more on that garden that you got going there. Chris, thank you, and thanks for being here all the time. I appreciate that very much. Joanne, I'll catch you tomorrow as well. Thank you so much. Tina, thanks for the thanks. Kathy, thank you so much. I really do appreciate that very much. And Sherry, thank you so much. Tina, thank you as well. All right, everybody, I'm going to get on out of here. Hey, don't forget, Jeff Porter's going to be here in the morning, bright and early. It's dark, actually, when he gets here, 4:30 to 9 o'clock with live updates. He's got you at noon. I got you at 5, 5:30, and 6. And then we'll do another Facebook Live tomorrow night at 9 o'clock. We'll do another update. Don't forget, you can follow me on Twitter, Threads, Instagram, and YouTube at Weatherman Keith, the @ sign and Weatherman Keith. And then, of course, WWMT's Keith Thompson on Facebook. All right, everybody. Thanks so much. Michelle, thanks for the thanks. Tina says no rain, please. We're not looking at anything until Friday. We're golden until Friday. Friday is when we'll start to see a little more activity. Between now and then, enjoy the sunshine. Enjoy the sunshine. Chris, you're going to need a little bit more wood for the heat. That's true. If you're out, you need to buy maybe another half cord or something like that. All right, everybody. Have a good night. Thanks for being here. And if I don't catch you tonight on the tube, I'll catch up with you again tomorrow. Hey, by the way, get some good rest. Be safe. We made it through Monday. Next up in our sights, hump day. We'll hit that too. Good night.